Hello and welcome back to this. So I seem to have a streak problem. Not a streaking problem. It's a very different type of thing. I have a problem with streaks and or habits in that I find I'm actually very easily able to get into a habit by forcing myself to do things over and over. However, I also likewise have a very big problem getting out of habits, whether they be good or bad. That thought of breaking that streak really does get to me, and I just have to make sure I don't. One of the biggest habits I've still never fully broken in my life is actually biting my nails. I hate it so much, but I've been able to learn a language by not breaking my language learning streak. I've been working out very regularly for the last year and a half, and I've not really broken that at all. And all of these habits I've brought into my life have improved my life greatly. I feel like they've really helped me define who I want to be, and they really drive this feeling that I have in myself that my goal is to improve, to be a better person, not just for myself, but for the others around me. One thing I've never fully committed to is meditation. It's always one of those things where when I used to have a friend that would say they meditated, I'd think like, friggin' hippie, what are you doing? Meditating, hollow incense? That's the type of judgy type of person I used to be. The first time I can actually recall meditating was only for about 2 minutes long, and it was brought about by my friend Dodie, who recommended we do it when we were in a big area of sequoias in Yosemite National Park. She said, why don't we just meditate? And I remember thinking like, okay, what do? Just close your eyes? So I closed my eyes, and I thought, and then I tried focusing on my breathing. And when I opened my eyes after the 2 minutes were done, it did actually feel quite different. I felt weirdly at peace. It was only 2 minutes. So that was my first take, and so today I'm going to embark on a journey where for the next 7 days I'm going to meditate for 15 minutes every single day, hoping to break it into a habit. Now this video isn't sponsored. No hashtag ads here. However, I'm going to be using the app Headspace because I have had good experience with it in the past. I find its guided meditation very nice. Some people prefer just having a timer that tells them when to stop. Some people don't need anything at all. Personally, I find it useful. So I guess let's get started. Well, that was interesting. I genuinely had a bit of a high there as soon as I opened my eyes. It's almost like you get sucked into this headspace in your head where nothing else really exists, and you just are breathing, and everything was calm. And just opening my eyes, it's genuinely like this high. It's almost like a runner's high when you like run a crazy good distance and you just stop running, and it's like that endorphin rush. I do feel calmer just after this one session, so that's good. Don't know how that'll play out for the rest of my week, but wow, I did get distracted like multiple times in between. I find the most effective time that I'm meditating, especially using this app, is when I'm counting each breath. Anytime before that, I find it so easy for me to, in between breaths, think about something else, or I actually end up thinking so many times about how people perceive me watching this video. I don't know what I'm doing with this. Am I time-lapsing it? There's so many thoughts, and what if I'm doing it wrong, and I'm like, my hands are this way, and then I'm like, oh no, breathing. Then I'd be like, am I gonna get a comment like, why isn't he doing his hands different, or why is he slouching so much now? Like, look at his back posture. So I think that really drives in to, I actually have been getting therapy very recently, and one thing I discovered is that as much as I consciously don't think that I care as much about the perceptions of others, subconsciously, I very much do. And so going to this meditation session, I feel like that's really confirmed that. Even to you. I mean, as a YouTuber, clearly I care what other people think of me. Otherwise, why am I being on camera? But wow, I'd say it was a good session. Very much so. I'm really excited for session 2 and seeing how this plays out. This is all part of the feng shui, by the way. You gotta light the candle. Smelling that cinnamon. Day 2. My mind felt a lot more all over the place today. I found it a little bit more difficult to focus than I did yesterday. I don't know why. I guess I just am a bit more anxious today about different things. I'm going out today, and there's a lot of things going in my head about how things can go wrong, things like that. I also was constantly aware of like, how will I talk about this? Don't know yet. Haven't fully meditated, but you're meditating now. What are you gonna say? I don't know. Well, you should, well, you're not meditating. It gets really frustrating. But I did manage to get a solid chunk of the 15 minutes in which I did just focus, on my breath, and there's the times when I was like, okay, this is it, I've got this. When I'm breathing, I find it so easy. That's the whole point, right? You're breathing all the time, so maybe if I can contribute that to the rest of my life, I'll be a bit more chill, hopefully. So fun so far. So far, so fun. Roll on day 3. Well, that was a pretty good session, if I say so myself. Today I decided to try going outside to meditate, because I've heard being in nature is better. It is. Gonna throw that out there. I like the calm peacefulness of my room and the fact that it's so controlled, but something about just being out in a big park in the middle of a bench carved out of a log, hearing the birds around me in between each breath and then refocusing on the breath, it's genuinely brought me to a level of calm that I haven't been to yet in any of my meditation. It's only day 3. I don't know how to describe this. It was actually, I don't want to feel like I'm exaggerating. It just, I kept having like a thought that kept coming back. The main guided meditation today was saying like, keep considering how this will affect others and what do you want to get out of meditation. And I kept saying, I want to understand myself better. I want to find more calm and or headspace in day to day. And I want to be able to understand myself so others may understand me and stop stressing. And that thought really did carry through the whole meditation. And I started off genuinely, I have a bit of a weird sadness today, a bit of a heaviness in my body, and halfway through it genuinely just went away. Day 3. Thank you, Crow. He was saying good job, GG's. Thank you. It's pretty good. I'm excited for day 4 and see where this takes me. Day 4 was quite a lot more difficult than the last couple days. It's raining outside, so I couldn't necessarily go outside, and I guess there's just a lot more going on in my head, but it was almost every single breath I found difficult to have anything, clearness, any headspace at all. It's constantly like loud voices in my head saying random things, and I had to keep focusing. And yeah, I guess not every day is going to be good at this, and you know, you bring in your own personal baggage into it, and I did manage a couple times to find that bit of clarity, but I find it quite interesting that at the end of the session, I didn't quite get that high feeling as much at all. I think because it wasn't as good. I guess it's like when you wake up from bad sleep and you know you didn't get good sleep because you're like, eh. Kind of like that. Well, I'm halfway done. I hope more of the sessions are like yesterday, but I guess that's like, I wish every day was great. Gotta take what I can. Well, today I join you from my garden with the 2 avocado plants. That was by far one of the best meditation sessions I've ever had. I was able to get so clear-minded. I think the main thing I've learned so far on this day 5 is every day I'm in a different state. No day is the same. I feel like days in which I'm stressed or anxious, oh my god, I feel so calm. Days in which like I'm anxious, I always feel like this is how I've always been, when that's never true. Today I feel so incredibly calm. Nothing that was stressing me out yesterday is causing me any issues right now. I feel so at peace. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel recently. Like my video uploaded yesterday, it felt really nice. But my mind during this meditation session was able to be so clear. Like usually there's so many different voices coming in, but I just kept envisioning blue sky. Every once in a while a thought would come by as a cloud and I'd be like, it's okay, go back. And I just had solid like focusing on the breath for like at least 20 breaths. It was mad. I feel like I'm learning a lot about myself as well, as in I'm actually like touching base with myself every day and finding out what my emotions are. I think that's something important. I didn't expect it to be a takeaway. I felt like I wasn't gonna have anything to learn except for on the last day, but wow. Also a big reason I think for the level of calm, these armrests. I'm sitting in a chair different to every other position I've sat in so far, and just getting rid of my like core from the mixture, having a backrest, armrests, the only thing I need to focus on is my breath. Like there was nothing else. I'd added one more meditation session to this video's title, so I could say I did meditate of 8 days. Meditate day. No. Well, it was an alright sesh there. Day 6, not so shabby. Personally, I just don't think I can meditate in this position. I did just come back from the gym and my body is quite achy and full of muscle soreness, and so being able to prop myself up, you might have noticed I felt like I was decomposing like a slinky throughout the session. And as much as I was able to at the very beginning, very much focus on my breath, and I felt really good about having such a clear mind, it then started to slip, not because my mental health, not because I had too many voices in my head, but because of my body. And so I guess something I've learned from this session is I was doing this and I was meditating as an attempt to clear my mind when I'm also needing to touch up on my body, not just on my mental state. So crazy, important lessons. One more day left. Oh boy. Well, 7 days down. How do I feel? That one was alright. It's like a 6 or 7 out of 10. I feel like the main thing I learned about doing this meditation thing is sit in a very comfortable position. Every time I've sat like this, it's been not as good a sesh as when I've had a back to the chair, whether that be in the park I was in, or whether that be when I was outside in a chair like that. Sitting like this isn't the one. I kind of just really enjoy the groundedness of having my feet flat on the ground. I'm sitting like this, obviously this is my normal YouTube setup, and as much as I'm enjoying the meditation, I was doing it as well for camera. If you're gonna meditate, which I would honestly recommend, don't do it for camera, do it for you. But I actually will continue to meditate. I know that for a fact. I genuinely feel like this has been very beneficial. Like I said yesterday, not just for my mental health, but for my understanding of my physical health and my physical being and my presence here. I do feel like throughout this week, I have felt a bit more present. I know it's a scary time right now. The UK is supposed to possibly be in lockdown soon because of this virus. Everything's a lot scarier, honestly, but I've felt a bit more at peace thanks to this meditation. So if you're considering it, maybe this video can swing you. Try it for at least 7 days. See what it does for you. For me, I'd give it a big thumbs up. Just like hopefully you did this video. If you enjoyed it, please it took me a little while to edit this guy. So yeah, thanks for the appreciation, because I appreciate you. Also, you can subscribe if you like this style video. I'm trying to mess around. I do a lot of varied content on this channel. So yeah, thanks for the support, and I will see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.